Welcome back to the Brew Crew Podcast, everyone. This is Advent Calendar Day 5. Scott's back. He's got a couple days to catch up on. That's okay, though. You got my reviews. We got to get his reviews, though. That's the important part of this Advent Calendar thing. So he's going to do Day 3, 4, and 5 all in one shot. I'm going to do Day 5.
All right, let's do it.
So let's just kick off with Day 3.
Day 3.
Day 3, go ahead, was I believe a fruited sour. It is Ouzelfinch. That's right, Ouzelfinch.
Ouzelfinch Aerial Way
I forget where
Post.
They're from. Virginia, maybe? Yeah, Virginia. They're out of Fort Monroe, Virginia. Well, just bust it open.
Yep.
This is a fruited
So this one
sour.
was fruited sour.
Yep.
And this one was selected by.
This was selected by one of us. I don't remember who selected it. Maybe me. I don't know.
All right.
But get your taste, and I'll try to talk through it. I'm going to try.
Wow, they poured it all the way to the top.
Yeah,
very nice.
They do that. They get it right
like
to the
that.
top there.
I like those guys.
Yeah,
Ooh.
so the Ouzelfinch, that's Aerial Waypost.
Never heard of
That
them.
is Ouzelfinch is out of Fort Monroe, Virginia. You getting a taste? You get a taste yet? You got to drink while I'm talking. That's why I'm talking, so that you could get your drinks in and figure out what you like.
I was captivated. I was
don't be too
mesmerized.
captivated.
I was
You don't want
hypnotized by you.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, it's a fruited
Quick, what
sour.
movie was that from?
I have no idea.
Brilliant Minds, or was that Russell Crowe movie?
Oh yeah, Beautiful Mind.
Beautiful Mind.
Oh man, I haven't seen it enough to remember any of the words.
Mm.
I'll tell you what
Ooh.
Matt thought about it without the. No, I can't. I don't want to ruin it.
I want to hear what he had to say about it, but maybe after
I
form my opinion.
So what do you think?
Wow. Let me just have another taste.
Have another taste. Yeah, it took me a couple tastes to figure out what I thought about it. Now, we got some people in this group who don't like sours. And to them I say, foo-foo on you.
That I'm not going to say what my predereliction is.
It's okay if you don't like sours. It's okay if you don't like, because you'd be one of 3 or 4 in this group.
I can't say that I've had a lot of sours. Okay. I haven't had that many sours. The sours that I've had, some of them are very, very sour, and that takes an adjustment, and it's not something I've done a lot of, so it hasn't been my fancy. But there's some that you've turned me on to that have been pretty good, that I've liked.
Well, that's good.
So I'm kind of in transition.
Keep an open mind.
Yeah, I'm a sourist in transition.
I'm not sure where the hate comes from, but fine, whatever. Whatever floats your boat. You want to hate some beer, you want to love some beer, that's fine.
That's actually pretty good. That's not overpowering.
All right.
I can drink that.
So where do you think you're at on it? Because we got 2 more to do.
I like it. It's very good. Not too sour. Fairly well balanced. Another good pick. But not being a sour drinker, I'd give it a 3.5 probably.
3.5. There it is. Ouzelfinch. Something Waypost.
Aerial
Waypost.
Yep.
3.5. All right, the next
Scott's
beer, Day
pissed.
4. This one I asked Scott to try without looking at the ingredients, but I will say that it is a sour as well.
All right, I'm pulling it out without looking at it. Neat as I can.
Yep. Now, as I said before, I told Scott a little bit about this beer prior. This beer is something I've never had before. It was a first of its kind for me, and I would love to see what a blind test looks like on this beer. It's a sour, all right?
2 sours in a row.
2 sours in a row.
Does that happen
This
often?
was, I believe, randomized, if I'm not
That's
mistaken.
true.
If I'm not mistaken, it was randomized.
No, was this one of our picks or their picks?
This was one of their picks.
Okay.
Yeah. So while you get a sip of that, first let me see what your initial thoughts are, just on visual. Oh, not too much going on. So Matt, on the Ouzelfinch, Matt said, "Where's the fruit?" Check out my thoughts on the podcast. And Stev, what did he say? He said BCPA Advent Calendar Day 3. So nothing too revealing. Stev gave it a 3.25. Matt gave it a 3.5. And, geez, what did I give it? I think 3.75 or a 4.
Wow.
The Ouzelfish, not this one.
Yeah, so we were fairly tightly grouped on that one. I tasted the fruit. It wasn't overpowering. I tasted some apricot in there.
Yeah, apricot. That's what I said.
Yeah.
Yeah, apricot for sure.
This one's different. This one's got a real. Let me take another taste here.
Yeah, please do. That one is the. I can't remember.
That's got caramel in it.
Okay.
It's got caramel, vanilla, a little, almost like a burnt quality to it. Not in a bad way. Almost like a creme brulee. Kind of how creme brulee's got caramel and vanilla, and it's got that little
creme brulee. I don't think anyone mentioned that. You can go ahead and look at the ingredients now. I was hoping to see what your reaction was blind, and that was decent.
I like that. I like that better than the last one actually, than the Ouzel
Yeah.
Fair.
Okay. So this one's called Morning Coladita. It's out from Tipping Animals Brewing, and Tipping Animals I think is in Florida, which is a brewer we have not had. Doral, Florida. So we're bouncing all over the country here. I don't think we've had a beer from the same state yet. No.
Well, look at that. Would you look at that?
Would you look at that?
I was way off. I wasn't even in the
creme
ballpark.
brulee actually kind of makes sense to me.
The coffee beans, I love, coffee beans. I like Twitchy, the Arche Twitchy.
Yeah.
I love that beer a lot. It's got a lot more coffee in the forward.
Oh yeah. It's a lot
but this is much more subtle. I do taste the milk sugar gives it that creamy kind of vanilla flavor, but the maple and the orange, that's probably the maple and the orange together is what I mistakenly thought was caramel. I'm thinking,
yeah,
to myself.
probably.
So, but that's good. I
What
like
a beer.
that one.
I've never had a coffee sour before. I thought that was such a reach that paid off.
Wow,
But
it's coffee maple.
Yeah.
And have you ever had maple in coffee? I never have. Right. So
I don't think so, but I've had maple stout.
yeah, maple stout.
The Founder's Breakfast Stout, or the Canadian Breakfast Stout, has maple in it.
You know what I got to say? I really like this.
All right.
I really like this a lot.
Where you at on it?
I'm going to go 4 on this.
He's going 4. That's pretty good.
For a sour, for me, that's the highest I can imagine.
So you and Matt are right on par with each other. He gave it a 4. I gave it a 4.75. Nearly perfect.
You loved it.
I loved it. I thought it was.
Wow.
But I thought that it should be marketed as a once a year beer. It should be done as something that, like that. You know what that could be? That could be your Black Friday beer. That could be your day after Thanksgiving, your morning beer. Day after Thanksgiving, everybody's up. They're full still. Drink that beer. A tradition.
Yep.
It'd be a great tradition.
It would be. Another place that you could drink that would be on New Year's Day, because maple, right?
Yep.
And they harvest maple in the wintertime.
Oh,
so
there you go. Could be New Year's Day.
I
could be the hair of the dog beer.
Right, with the coffee and the maple.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I like that beer.
Steph gave it a 3.5, I believe, and Mikey gave it, I don't remember.
Steph gave it a 3.5?
Yeah.
I got to say, for a sour, that's probably my favorite sour that I've had.
Ever?
Probably.
I think it's a great experiment, and I loved it. I thought it paid off really well.
I can't go 4.25 now, can I? Because I already did 4.
No.
All right.
Initial impressions.
All
but
right.
we could say that it's his highest 4.0.
Yes, that's
true.
true.
On the rankings of 4.0s, it's your highest.
It is. I think
you will prioritize that as your 4 because
I will.
It's edging towards
it's my only 4.0.
Oh well, okay.
I had 4.
More to come, I'm sure.
I had 4.25 for the first one we had, which I really liked.
Well, hopefully we're gonna hit some 5s here soon.
All right.
Put that aside. You finish that later.
Tipping.
I'm actually going to look this Tipping Animals up and figure out what else.
Tripping animals.
Tripping animals.
Oh,
it's
and look at
tripping?
that.
Oh man.
The animal what is that animal on there? Can you tell what that is?
I can't. But when I did the can art, I guessed it was either a badger or a wolverine.
Yeah, it's got like white and dark brown stripes on the neck.
Yeah,
I have no idea what that
badger,
is.
Maybe.
He looks like he's had a few.
Yeah, he's also holding an ice cream bar.
He's got a cream. He's got a creamsicle,
which is not soft serve.
That's not true. It is true.
It is true.
Looks like he's got an orange creamsicle, and he's got a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
And he looks like he's half in the bag.
He's more than half in the bag.
I think he probably is.
Okay. All right. So this is now I get to drink a beer. This is day 5. of the Advent calendar. This is the day we're actually on here. Sierra, now no fault to Scott. He had a trip he had to take, so he's back now. We caught him up. He's all caught up. Got your Ouzel Finch. Got your tripping animals. Don't trip animals. I thought it was tipping animals, like cow tipping. Oh, man, you cracked it way too early. We're supposed to wait and do it together.
Oh, man.
Dang, that's my fault.
That was a foul on my part. I apologize, fellow Chuggalos.
Should have waited. That's okay.
Fellow Chuggalos, please forgive.
Been plowing through beer, so there was no way to know. Day 5 is Sierra Nevada Fresh Hop IPA. This is, as everyone knows, Sierra Nevada is in the Sierra Mountain Range in Nevada. If you're an early listener to the podcast, you know that I used to think Sierra Nevada was in Nevada. It's actually out of Chico, California.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I know. That's a joke. And people who listened early on will laugh.
Well, let me ask, what did you think of Sierra Nevada the first time you tried it? Did you think it was too hoppy?
Yeah.
Or did you like the West Coast style?
Sierra Nevada's been around for a long time.
They have been.
I'm not as big of a West Coast IPA fan as Matt is. I like the New Englands. I think that's the way IPAs. I just like them better. They're refreshing. Yeah. The West Coast, the hoppiness. Well, also Sierra Nevada's been around for a long time. So probably if you were getting into craft beer anytime before maybe 2017, Sierra Nevada was probably one of, or maybe New Belgium or
New Belgium. Yeah.
A couple other ones. Stone maybe. They're going to be your first experience with the IPA or Bell's. So you might have not liked IPAs when you first had your first Sierra Nevada and then don't return to it for a long time because of that bad experience. But I've come around. What did you think about Sierra Nevada?
I have always loved Sierra Nevada. As some of you guys know, I just recently moved to Ohio from California, where we lived for about 20 years. More than that, actually, 25 years, I think. And I really love the West Coast IPA style, so I'm with Matt on this one. And I've actually had Celebration before, but I've not had Celebration Fresh Hop IPA.
Okay, well, that's the first.
So this is a kind of a variant on it, and I'm really excited to try it. I love the Sierra Nevada ales, all of them, even the pale. I really love the hoppy style and the really forward style. I like that kind of bitterness in there. I do love the New England style, and the first IPAs that I drank were in England when I went to school in England, and that's where I fell in love with IPAs. So, but the English
the inventors of IPAs.
Yeah, but it's very different though. It's not.
No, who invented? Did we invent the IPA?
No, the English did. They did. Here's a story about IPAs, real quick.
Oh yeah.
IPAs were created with more hops and slightly more alcohol because they were sending them to India.
Yeah, that's what.
And it was a long. It was a long route around the Cape of Horn down in South Africa because the beers weren't. They were spoiling before they got there. And so they had to create a style of beer that had higher alcohol content and higher hops because the hops help preserve the beer. So they created that style of IPA, India Pale Ale, just for, feeding the troops that were occupying India.
Yeah, thanks.
So now that's probably not very politically correct now to talk about that. But
well, no, I think.
But it's history. It's the way it is.
I don't think there's anything not politically correct about that. So we've gone over a little bit of that history on the podcast.
Cool.
So I'll just crack this open because there's no one to sync with.
Oh, I am so sorry.
That's
totally party foul on my part.
So that was your first IPA. So was it much hoppier?
Yeah, it's
hoppier than a West Coast.
No. Actually, the English IPAs are much more mild, hop wise. I mean, they have more hops in them, but they're not. They use a different kind of hops in the Northwest that are typically much more bitter. So
okay, all right, fresh hop IPA, Sierra Nevada. This is a big brewery here. Not one of our Ouzel Finches or tripping animals. This is one of the big guys here. So.
And who's the Neapolitan? The first.
I forgot.
I forgot too.
I've forgotten most of the breweries, and that's why when I go back to do Untapped 3 beers later, I can never remember. Now, Sierra Nevada has opened a brewery, and I believe they do brew here. They brew in North Carolina and California now.
Really?
I think that the North Carolina one is more than just front of house. It's also a brewery.
So they have
I'm
their
not
own
100%
styles?
sure.
Do they have their own?
I don't know. Never been there.
Interesting. That'd be interesting to
I
find
haven't
out.
really looked much up.
I enjoy Sierra Nevada. I mean, I know they're a big,
I
they're a
know
big,
Chris went there.
they're a big box, kind of a big brewer now. When I first started drinking them, they were small still, but I really like them a lot.
So this beer is obviously Celebration Fresh Hop IPA. This does have, I actually don't think that this has the feel of a West Coast. I think it has the feel of a standard IPA. It is, it is hoppy in just its character, but it's not defined by hops. I don't think this beer in particular kind of reminds me a lot of Truth.
Yeah, I would say
For
that's
those
true.
Ohioans, it reminds me a lot of Rheingau's Truth. It's distinct. You know, it's an IPA. It's not like, not like something else. But it is not overwhelming. The hops are there. They're not. Some West Coast IPAs are like these. They're just. Some of them are just trying to be hop bombs
in your face. Yeah. And I am a hophead, but this is nice. This is actually really.
Nice.
And I mean, there are even other Sierra Nevada ales that are much hoppier than this. So this is kind of a little refreshing surprise. I like this a lot. I like the balance better.
Yeah.
And it does have a refreshing quality to it. It's like I'm getting almost like some pine.
I was going to say that it's got a little. It's refreshing. It's got a little bit more carbonation than I'm used to. I think you could probably amp that carbonation up and make it a real Celebration IPA. Give it kind of that champagne of IPAs feel. We'll call it the Sierra Nevada High Life beer.
Nice.
And then give it some more carbonation and make it feel like a Celebration beer where it has that champagne. But yeah, I think it's refreshing.
It is. It's got a little hint of pine, and it's got a little almost like a minty kind of characteristic or something. It's real refreshing that way.
Yeah, it is.
I really
the
like
hops
it.
really die down.
They do.
After a few sips. That's surprising.
Yeah, it's not at all. Like most of the time on a West Coast IPA or ale, it stays with you on the finish.
Yeah. It's bitter. It's bitter through and through.
All the way. Yeah.
Not this one. This one dies down. I actually really like this beer.
Yeah, me too.
I personally think you might be able to make this a year-round beer.
Oh yeah.
This would be great in the summer, but it'd also be great.
Oh yeah.
Fresh out, dig it out of the snow. The Midwest refrigerator.
I like that.
Yeah, I think that's what my brother-in-law calls it. Just puts all this stuff on the porch.
I saw that last weekend.
Yeah.
It worked.
All right, since you've given 2 scores already, I'll go ahead and throw out my score. I think this is an excellent IPA. My expectations were leaning towards disappointment before I opened it because of the whole West Coast thing, and we know where I sit with that. I really like it. I think they have made what could be a very good standard beer if you'd make it all year round. I don't know if there's something to the fresh hop thing that I'm not personally getting.
I don't know either.
Pininess, maybe. I'm not really getting the pine like you are, but I am getting just a slight hint of the booze. And I'm trying to find the alcohol content here. I don't know what it is.
I thought I was looking for it myself here.
I'm gonna guess it's somewhere around
here it is.
6%.
6.8.
Okay, so almost 7.
Yep.
You can almost get it. The alcohol. I can't get the pine, but the hops are perfectly balanced. The carbonation is excellent. I actually wish there was a little bit more carbonation. So I'm at a 4.25 on this one. It's really good. I think amp it up, and you might have yourselves like a 4.75 there.
I'm going to go all in on this one. This is a 4.75 for me.
Ooh, all in, dang.
This is I like this, and I like IPAs for one. 2, I like West Coast IPAs, but this is a surprise and in a very pleasant way. I love this beer. I would drink this beer all the time if they had it available. I'll definitely buy this beer during the season.
Yeah, this is definitely a beer I'd buy.
Yeah,
I'd
totally.
buy again.
I like this beer a lot.
Well, that's probably a long video for you, but we got 3 reviews.
Family owned, operated, and argued over.
Yes,
I like that.
I love it.
When you're
Argue
arguing
over your
against a
beer.
family,
Yeah.
argue with your family about an ale. That's it's a good place to be. Anyway, sorry I interrupted.
No, that's all right. That's 3 reviews for Scott. That's 1 for me. You got 4.25, 4.75. I forgot what you gave those other beers, but
that was a 4.
That was a 4
on that one.
And it
The
was a
tripping
fish.
animals, because I like tripping animals.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the
Yes.
And then this one was a 3.5.
Okay.
The ouzel
There we
fish.
are.
Yeah.
That's it. That's day 5. We'll come back tomorrow. Only have 1 beer each for you, and hopefully we'll keep it. I told Matt we'd keep these shorter, but we won't.
I think
it's almost unlikely we'll keep
I
it
think
short.
we failed. That was an epic
But we're
fail.
also working on a special episode of full length. The full length. What are we calling it? What did I call it to Matt? The long form podcast.
Jeez.
We're working on the 14th, where we have that special aged beer of all of us that could possibly getting together.
Oh, that'd be great.
It'll be a long episode. But maybe it might even wind up being longer than normal. But but we're gonna do it. We're gonna get together. That's it. Episode whatever this is, Advent Day 5. We don't have numbers for these episodes. I guess it's episode 5.
It is, Chuggalo Advent, day number 5.
Never thought you'd say Chuggalo, did you?
No, I didn't.
Growing up as a young boy, you were like,
But I never thought
I'm
I'd
gonna
use
be a
words
proper man, a proper adult. Never used words like Chuggalo.
No, I never used the
Never
words.
burp out loud on video.
Nope, never done that. I just did it right now. I kind of was a little polite about it, but I never used the words like slurp before.
Slurp.
But there you go.
Slurp it
That's
up.
what, being around JT rubs off on you, and that's what happens, as you well know, Matt. Okay, Thanks, everyone.
That's it. Thanks for joining us.
See ya.
Bye.